investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Tuesday, the 2nd of September. Of course, I follow Tommy Bryan. That is the Morning Market Kickoff. Great show. Starts us off, talks about the technicals, the fundamentals. Really very fine show in terms of putting everything in place, both technically and fundamentally. And now we're looking at the Dow. Let me just get this right. First of all, I've got the crude oil showing right now up 97 cents at 64.98. It's actually starting to creep to the upside, all within a rectangle formation. I would say that if at any time this week, if it breaks above 68.50, that's going to be a big deal. It's at 65 right now. All right, let's get back to the market. So over the weekend, when I did my overview on Friday afternoon, I was very, very cautious. And I said, as I'm looking at this, the upside looks extremely limited. We've got this largish rectangle formation. It's making an arch pattern within the rectangle. I've done webinars on that. And I said, there's a chance that if we take out the left side low, we're going to start some kind of a daily consolidation. The weekly chart still looks really good. So we'll talk about it just one step at a time. And that says if it closes, it takes out and then closes underneath the low of the 26th of August at 45,392. Now, I was absolutely sure that I started off with this, but I didn't. And I actually overlooked it completely in the end because I thought I had done it and I didn't. So I have a technique that I developed, decades ago, where I talk about dark news. I talk about there's a candle called the dark news candle, dark cloud cover. I'm not. It's got nothing to do with that. It has. You could put it into the category of negative. That's the implication, but that's about it. So I talk about this. Sometimes it's rates. For decades it was rates, but for a long time now it's been other things, tariffs, all sorts of things like that, the Fed, whatever. And I said on Friday, and I thought I was talking about this, but I wasn't because I forgot to put the chart up, that we've got an internal high. And if I'm correct, that on Thursday we made a residual high. That is, think earthquake and the aftershock. And the whole resolution of this is that with an earthquake, very often you get an aftershock, and the aftershock can be less than the earthquake, the amplitude. It could be the same, or it could be a little bit more. And if after that you come back to halfway of the most recent low to the high, you got to be careful because that's part of the rectangle formation. Well, what we did is I should have shown this chart, and this is the internal high right here on the 22nd of August at 45,605. And then we pull back and we retest it on the 28th of August at 45,682. And that just said to me, there's a really good chance that if we have weakness early in the week, and remember we've done this almost every single month, I've spoken about, are we going to have a pullback come the beginning of the month? Because if the last day or two of the month, there's a sharp pullback. By the time you get into the next month, the start of the next month, you've already pulled back quite sharply. And every time we did pull back a day or so and then whoosh to a new all-time high. I'm not even sure this is going to be different, other than I've got all the technicals that I'm looking at suggesting that there's a really good chance that this high right here is on a daily basis something of importance. How far it goes down, I don't even know. We don't even know. This is the first real day of a tumble below that left side low. Let's see where we close. But I am saying everything that I'm looking at said that was an internal high to residual high from the low of the 1st of August, and then from the high of August the 28th. that was on Thursday, I think we've got at least a short-term daily pullback. That's the way I'm treating it. So we've been a bit careful. We got taken out of one of our positions for a smallish loss, but we have one position that's done really well with the earnings on Thursday night going into Friday, and so far that's continuing to do very well. I'll go into it a little later on if I'm asked about it. But in the meantime, let's go to the S&P. The S&P is slightly different chart pattern. Why? Why? Because I just typed in the wrong thing, as I always do. I always forget that when you go from the yellow chart, click on the new white one, because that's where you're going. And there we are. So we're going to go to the S&P. And right now, the S&P is off the low. Now, I had said that there's no other way I can count this, because in the Chapman methodology, there's never an H. So if you go to this as a peak E, whether you consider it a major pullback with a brand new A, or even an alternate count, this will be F/A, a G/B, and then pull back quite sharply, but immediately ran up. And this little minor blip to the upside that failed to break by 1 penny above that peak B would have been perfect, because that would have been C, and then we would have had a perfect D at 65.08. That was on the 28th of August. Instead, I've got a C. If we take out this low, it will be one of the rare times that you've gone to an all-time high on a daily basis and not gone to at least the 4 higher peaks, D or higher, before you turn down sharply. I'm watching this very, very closely. Now, but look at the other thing I was talking about. This I showed on Friday. A very quick peak C to a D to an E. What was a leg E today could start at a peak E, says that is where you get some kind of quick pullback, and that's exactly what we've got. It doesn't say major sell or anything, but it says just be a little careful. Now, what's really important is that within this I don't have to talk about the monthly, even though we've just started the month, but to say other than if we don't go above 65.08.23 anytime throughout September, that will be a peak in the monthly chart. So let's just treat that as something to keep aware of. Triple Q slid all this morning to the 559s. It's trading right now at 564. Pretty good comeback, down 5.78. So you did the dreaded H pattern. The low that was made on the 20th of August was 558.84. Today we didn't take that out, not yet. So this is a successful H pattern so far. We'll see what happens. And it's a peak B in the weekly chart and a very strong leg up in the monthly chart. I'm going to go to the IWM. Now this is so fascinating. Look, the Dow is down 0.57%. The S&P is down only 0.92%. The QQQ is down 1.10, and the IWM is down 0.62, holding up much better, but is still down from that peak ETH 237.02 high, not all-time high, recovery high, and 233.67. Going to watch this for the close very closely. So the weekly chart, peak E, if this is going to be the high for the week, and the monthly chart under the 244, the double top from 2021 November to November 2025. And this I see is probably a cup, a V-shape, very sharp cup and handle pattern. Not one of my favorite, but we'll see where it goes over the month of September. Whew. Now I want to go to the SMHs. I should have done that in the update. The SMHs are down 5.76 at 284.53. Like the Qs, did not take out the left side low of the 20th, so we're going to be watching this very closely. And the peak G, 302.98, August the 13th, all-time high. Oops, major high. Oh, that was a spread. August high is going to be something very important to monitor. I'll be back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Yeah, so the IYT, this is the iShares Transportation Average ETF, is down 85 cents, 70.47, made a peak underneath the 73.26 high of July. I don't usually like that, and that says that we're going to monitor this closely. I like the transports. It's like it's Dow theory in a way, but it's not the same package as back in the 1920s, 100 years ago. It's very different, but it is important because it tells a good story about the economy if the transports are doing very well. And JETS, the U.S. airline index, gone to a peak DE right here. Let's go DE, instant restart, funnily enough, E, and an F. Down just 11 cents at 26.20, holding pretty well considering that the transports you'd think would be tanking right now. They're not, but they are. They're holding well. Let's put it that way. All right, a couple of things I need to do. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had a horrible week. It really looked terrible. It went down to the 108,000 level, but today it's up 3,145 at 111,920, and funnily enough, it's this weekly chart. So we've been long for a long time through the iShares. And I haven't really, we've taken little bits off for money management, but I haven't really wanted to get out of the whole thing because the 9-period moving average is still holding so well above the 14, and it is a peak C, and it should go to a D into this inside track repellent zone, which is a rising trend line. But let's just say, if at any point in the next 3 to 4, let's give it the whole week, if by Friday there's even one day that can close above 114,250, I think that would be a good sign saying, okay, now it's going back into the channel that's, let's call it the distance between 115,000 and 120. That's where there's a lot of resistance. If it can get there, though, that'll be very positive. All right, so that's one of the things about CIFR. CIFR, it sounds familiar to me. For some reason, I remember the symbol, but not the cipher mining. Oh, you asked me about this before. So this is really good. I did the weekly, which is leg E. The monthly broke out to a brand new, either it's a G or an A, but it's a fantastic monthly chart. And now I'll do this real quickly. I stopped at a peak E in cipher at the 200-period moving average. Now I'll put in the up arrow because I can do that because it's history. It's already gone higher, so I know it'll go higher. This is 96, 96. Okay, here we go. So this is A. This is A. This is B. This is C. This is D. Then move it to the right, and it goes to an E and an F. E, and breaks down at this peak F. So it's going to be very easy to see what it is after this if certain things happen. So here we go. This is A, right there. That's a little higher, 33 to 36. So this is A. That's B. And that is C. Now, technically, I could call this G/C because it's continuation of F to G, but the 9-period moving average dropped sharply, went pink. The MACD, the stochastic, everything looks like this is a brand new move to the upside, and it's in a leg C, and this is Cipher Mining Inc. So I like it. If you have a full position, I don't want you to do anything else. This is one of those cases where, let me just say, and I don't know if this is silver or gold, but I'm just going to say to you, whoops, let me just type this in here. It's acting like a silver stock, but I don't know what it is. Oh, it looks very much like the silver chart itself. Now, the continuous contract for silver, I have a target. The price will change, but at least for now, keep it at the same price that I'm looking at. And this is the price that goes all the way back to, right there, to July. Yeah, isn't this interesting? It goes back to the high, this bounce of October 2012 at 43,000. 43.47. Sorry, 43.47. I got mixed up with the Bitcoin. So this is the target, and today's high is 41.99. This was called easy to make it easy, 42. So at this particular level, it looks like it wants to get there. Let's see. So you typed it in. Now it's gone. I typed in. Oh, it's crypto. Didn't I just say it looked very much like crypto? Hi, Basil. 1 month ago, I noted this is two different people. CIFR is crypto, but now also AI power. All right. So I'm going to make this suggestion. I'm going to go back to it, CIFR, and I'm just going to say, there it is. I'm calling this a C for now in the daily. I'm calling it a leg E in the weekly. And either it's a G or an A. I mean, G says, just be really careful. A says, are you kidding? Every single pullback I want to buy. I'm just going to say to you, based on the chart, my target is the body of this candle from October of 2021 with a high of 10.99. So that's another 2 points. That's much higher. But that's the target for the next couple of weeks, maybe in a month or two. And I'm just going to say to you, look, you've had a fantastic run. Even today, I bet you didn't expect that it would be up over 13% on a day like this. What I am going to say to you, just based on knowing your history and how you like to hold, you're quite prepared to hold. If you are very convinced that you have the trend right, you're prepared to put up with the little wiggles and woggles. I'm just going to say to you, for money management, I would have said nothing right now because I think it looks very, very strong. But for money management, I am going to say to you, at 8.61, I would take a little bit off. You cannot be upset if it goes higher, and you cannot get upset if it goes lower. It's part of the money management aspect. Just take a little bit off. That's all. Why? Because when you're 100% invested in a market like this, anything can happen. So just as a protection, or you know what you could do? Why not let it tell you? I would prefer to get out at 860 than wait for it to pull back to 830. But I'm just going to say to you, that's only a little bit, just to take that tad off. You could put a trading stop. So if it goes up 20 cents, 20, 30 cents, yeah, that's nice. But my preference is just to take a little bit off. But what I would do, if you want, you could have a trading stop. I don't know if you want to watch it so closely. That's a 40 cent. Yeah. Nah, you ask my advice, I'd say just take a tad off, just a tad off, because it's acting so well. I hope that helps you. Next question came in. Could I, how about 1 month ago? I noted ARWR. ARWR. Past important resistance. Today it is about 23% higher. This weekend they released very important trial updates and signed a big partnership deal this morning. I know one step at a time, but for me this is a long-term holding. Like I should have done with my $10 NVDA shares a couple of decades ago. We all should have done stuff like that. How do you like this left side, right side price time match? Yeah, what I'm going to say to you is that the time match has to be now a little bit more modulated. Let me do that during the break. I'll be right back. The Dow is down 388, the S&P's down 64. Yeah, there's no question about it as far as I'm concerned. Market got overbought and it just needs to digest these gains. I'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, You choose the direction. Visit direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, we've got a lot to discuss here. So ARWR, I did something else during the break. I said I'd do this left side, right side price time match. So I'm going to go right here, and I can't take it to the plumb line at the bottom. I have to take it to a different candle, and then I do it by eye. I have a particular technique, but I'll say that just treat it for the moment as if I'm doing it by eye. And this says left side, right side price time match, and I've got, and let me see if I can do the Chapman Wave inside wedge target repellent line. This is the right there. Okay. Ah, perfect. Okay, so today it's up 2.33 at 24.36. Arrowhead Pharmaceutical, and I know that, Dan, you've spoken about this just forever, and it's doing exactly what you wanted right now. In fact, it showed up recently as a screamer. I didn't do anything about it. I had other things that I was looking at, but this one's really the big winner. Well, one of the winners. I'll explain why. So here we go, left side, right side price time match. Let's just say that if correct, and I've got to give it a couple of weeks, and that takes you to October, the week of the 17th, and it says that it should have an attempt to tag 2734, the high of November, the week of the 29th, if it's able to close above this inside wedge target repellent line. This dash green on the way up is green, on the way down is dash pink. So that says you got all of this week, but if it's able to get to 25, so 24.43 right now, I'd like a close. I don't want just to tag it and then move down. I want it to close about 25.25. If it does that, then I'm going to say to you, that would be my target, even if there's a pullback in the interim, but that's the way I'm looking at it. Daily chart and instant restart, so this is the G-C, G-C invariably goes to a D. Let's just see what happens next. Okay, with that said, good. So Heckler Mine, HL trading at 871 up 20 cents. So I have a left side, right side price time match, and that says that it should get to 9. Let me just see. By November. This is a little bit more conservative than normal. The plumb line I couldn't take at the bottom, so I actually would have. I think I'd prefer, because I need to do this inside track. That's the low. There. Oh, I think I did this wrong. I knew I did something wrong. 338, 338, and 331. Yes. So I did this before as a peak A and a B, but then it made a lower low. So I corrected that and made that the low. And that just says the inside wedge target repellent line for Heckler Mines would be right there. Okay. It's actually soon. It's in September or October that it should tag $9.39 trading right now. The high today is $8.90. Whoa, could do that a lot quicker. Anyway, that's the way I've got it. So that's Heckler Mines. Key support is in the 812 to 780 area on the very short term leg D and the daily leg C. Only a leg C in the weekly chart. Then to go with that, I had, someone asked me about CDE, which is one that we have. So we're along from 792. This is core mining, silver stock. It has a target of 1260. That was the high of February of 2021. But then it has a high of 19.41, the high of July of 2016. Today's high is 13.79. It's way below that 2016 one, but it's nicely above the 2021. So it must be about almost 75 over 70% gain we've had in this. And this is a Chapman Wave Red Roman candle at this particular point. We'll talk about it maybe tomorrow. But right now, that's good. What was the other one in the silver stock? Was it silver? Oh, no, AEM. It was on over the weekend. I had a question about AEM. Oh, I don't have it in front of me. The question basically said, Basil, you once had an expansion using a particular technique of yours, one of the few one-to-ones that you use. That means the distance from one level to another equals the distance from that level to another one. From the 36.69 September high, where are we now? Well, let me just update this. Agnico Eagle, leg F in the weekly. It could be an alternate count because that was an instant restart, but I'll call it an F for now. Here it is. So this is the one-to-one that I had. Interesting. I forgot all about that. So that's this one that said 143.40. Let's go to 143 was the upside target. And today's high is 147. So it took it out on Friday, and it took it out again. The Agnico Eagle, fantastic action. Yes, once it breaks above it, that's done. That could become support, but basically that technique's done. So it accomplished what it needed to do. It went even higher. Instant restart in the weekly chart. F/B in the weekly. There it is, F. And what is this? Is this an A? Oh, my. Good grief. What a powerful move. 139.80 and 139.67. Good. So then this is out. So we've got ourselves a down arrow right here. This is wow, these moves are amazing. Agnico Eagle. And we've got ourselves a new buy mode that's A, B, we're in leg C. I could give it an alternate count. I'm just keeping it right now. A, B, and leg C. Fabulous. So that says it's at 147.20 right now. The support is between 142 and 138. 142, then 140, and then 138 on any serious pullback. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, another question came in. I think it was yesterday. Just saying, Basil, would you mind telling us your, not the positions, but the positions that you have, how are they doing? It's a fair question. So let me just do this. So we're still long the Dow. We're still long the UDOW. We did not go short the Dow. We are short the S&P right now. So that's that. The next thing is AIQ. I'm not going to do them all. AIQ is the AI Global Artificial Intelligence. It started a pullback here. It's still fantastic, almost near the all-time high, but I think it's starting to struggle a little bit. But let me just sum it up by saying, look, Bank of America, my target was 50.11, the high of 2022, February. It tumbled to 24.96. We still had our position long for a long time. This is the longest we've had our position. No, we got out of our position. We still have our position long that we got in after that October 2023 low. And as it stands right now, the target was hit exactly. We wanted the target to be 50.11, and the high so far is 50.80 something, 50.92. So it's hit the target, and now it's taking a bit of a breather. I'll be back in a moment. Dow's down.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Yeah, so just let me sum it up. So overall in the portfolio, I've been speaking about this for some time, that I anticipated that GE, which we are along from way down, down $3.95, almost $4 at 271.10, is starting to fail. It's making the H pattern. Robinhood was acting very weak, still weak. It's down today, almost 5 at 99.26. My target is between 94 and 92. Just that doesn't mean to say that's where it'll stop. I'm saying that's kind of a target on the downside. That's still a long way to go. Another 500-600 points. 5 or 6 points. And Microsoft, same thing. Just not good at all. Although Microsoft down 3 today at 503 after trying to bounce off a low of 496. So I'm saying that. The other thing is that you remember I said I wanted something. I was working really hard. That's the reason why I skipped some of the areas, especially some of the biotechs, microbiotechs that were looking so good, because I wanted to try to get something that could ameliorate downside action, which I was anticipating, even if we didn't go short, which we are actually now short. And that was to get, and I don't even know, I've been working out how to pronounce it. I haven't heard anybody pronounce it. I've seen it written, but not said. Irene, I'm calling it right now. Irene, which is Iran. I don't want to sound like Iran. It was Iris Energy, now it's Iran Limited Ordnance. This is next generation data centers, renewable energy, GPUs. I love the story, and thank goodness we got in the day or two before in the 22s, and then the earnings came out fabulous Thursday, and it had a great move up Thursday. It did give back quite a bit, but it didn't fill a gap or anything like that. Today it went under the gap, and it made a higher high. An all-time high. 28.25 was the high of November of 2021. Today's high is so far 29.85. So that's ameliorating. That's what I wanted to do. This is up 9, almost 10% today. I wanted to attempt, you don't even know whether it's going to work. I just wanted to attempt to get something on the long side that had the potential to at least fight against the downtrend. And all I can say is that's what I attempted. It seems to have worked Thursday and Friday. I have no idea if it's going to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but so far it's working Tuesday. Let's go one day at a time. And the gold and silver stocks, that's doing very, very well. And the Bitcoin, I didn't anticipate it would come down. I still think it's very, very choppy, but it's having a good day today. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. And I've got a list of stuff I want to get into. We did get into a position on Thursday, I think it was, of a stock that I've loved forever. It got this last time, we had some fantastic gains, and then this last time it went up without us and then pulled back quite sharply. So I thought this is the time. Wasn't the time. It could be the time, but I put in a stop, and we've got 1.7% or something we lost. We're out of that. It's fine. And now I'm going to sneeze, so here we go, one. Sneeze, good. All right. So that's kind of the overall position. We've raised cash. I'm happy. I'm fine. And the S&P short that we've got, we'll see how that's going to work. The day's young. Okay, question about NVIDIA. Basil, what's your feeling on NVIDIA? My feeling for a little while now has been that it's toppy and that it's vulnerable to downside move. Both just purely in a technical dreaded H pattern. That's number one. And number two is my sense is that this peak A, massive move from 86 to 184, almost 100-point move, is going to give back quite a chunk. And that there's a lot that's out there that just says for at least a couple of weeks, NVIDIA has to resolve a lot of maybe situations that suggest competition, also tax. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, that's the chart. And I was dying to go short. I spoke about it the other day, even on my overview. The NVIDIA, the short position would have been a great position. Even now, it could be very good. But NVIDIA, I think, has a target for me on the downside. I go one step at a time. And this step was to take out 168.80. Today's low is 168.65. It's trading right now at 169.31. And I said, if that's taken out, my next step would be to see the low of 164.58, the low of the 22nd of July. And we'll just go one step at a time. Everything is negative. The 9 flipped negative today on the daily chart. The MACD is horrible. The relative strength is very weak. Stochastics at 59% is turning down sharply. On balance volume is terrible. And just my feeling is that NVIDIA is done for now. It might be done for a longer period than now, but I'm saying just for this daily chart, that's what I'm looking at. I hope that helps you, JK. Next question came in. Let me get to it real quickly. Oh, yes. The question came in about the XLK, and that is the S&P Select Tech Spider Fund. This peak C in the daily, I can't really count it any other way, and that says it can go down very sharply before it comes back to a D. And in fact, the buy signal, the low was 170. This is XLK. The low was 172.45 the week of the 7th of April, and it could come back. I'd even say if it took out this low right here, the week of the 16th of May, at 224.54, that's still a peak C. Now, can I call this a peak C1, C2? Wow. If it was just a little higher, right, if it went to maybe the high was 270.05 on the 13th of August. If it went to this high right here, 268.65, I say, you know what? I'm quite prepared to call this a C1, C2, and I'll be prepared for a deeper pullback. I can't do that right now. So anyway, I'm expecting it to come down quite sharply. Why am I missing something here? Oh, that's right. Sorry, ETH. ETH is, this is the grayscale Ethereum trading up 11 cents at 41. That high that was made at the G/C right there on the 22nd of August at 45.79 has a peak C in the weekly chart. But in the daily chart, that's a G/C. If it takes out decisively the 38.60, if it goes under 38.66 was the low on the 20th of August, I'm going to call that a G and say Ethereum has finally matched Bitcoin in looking quite poor from a double top. In this case, a double top from the 125,500 on the 14th of August. Very nice session today of 32.90. Not good enough yet. So, and that is a peak C. Here again, I could have called this F/BG/C. I'm not doing anything right now. We go one day at a time, and it's held quite well from the low that was made. The first low was the low of this is Bitcoin, the low of 107,020 on the 2nd of July, and then you go down to 101,340. It was around about the 23rd of June. I'll be back in a moment. Dow's down 392, S&P's down 75. Basil, Chapman, Tiger Emissions Hour. Ooh, ugly stuff. I'll be back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, folks. So just a question came in about Microsoft. I mentioned Microsoft, I thought was already from July. End of July at 555.45, been taking a long time. It's already digested about, not a third, but at least a pretty good, decent part of its gain, huge gain. We're in from 338 with a small position left, but most importantly, I'm looking to rebuy at some point or to add back. And I think a chunk of its digestive phase has been done. From 555 down to today's low of 496, I would say that's over a 10%, 11% decline. So there could be another 4-5% to go, maybe a little more, but I don't think it's done. So just be prepared that if 490, I've got support of the 492 to 488 area, but the moment it goes to 480, it becomes a little bit more vulnerable because it's under the 14-period moving average in the weekly. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'll be back with Tommy a little later on today. I feel kind of okay that we've done quite nicely done very well actually for subscribers, even though we're anticipating a sharp sell-off. I did have to wait because you get these sudden news events that just push the market up. Now I think it's going to be harder to push the market up and have it hold, because I mentioned over the weekend for my subscribers in my overview about an hour and a quarter, hour and 30 minutes, I don't know what it was, that upside is just has a cap on it, and I did that. I didn't want to go through it now, but I'll just show you just real quickly as we're about to go to the break. You can go to Steve Rhodes. This particular chart right here, this is the one. Yeah, look at this. These are the Chapman Wave automated resistance levels. Look for the Dow. Look for the S&P. Look, a whole bunch at the top. 6277 is support now for the S&P. So I just think, using all my different techniques, that upside is very limited. The downside has opened up a little bit, but the weekly charts are still fantastic. So be prepared for a lot of choppiness and a lot of lower lows and lower highs probably for a little while. I'll be back with Tommy a little